This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant.
The first, the last, the Nerdom cheer. Mike and Tom slaying every year. Is Die Hard Christmas or just a fight? We'll debate it all tonight. Jingle bells and action scenes. Santa hats or movie queens. Do we deck the halls or roll our eyes? Is it festive or just a disguise?
Welcome back to the FirstLastNerdom, the podcast where we'll explore the strange, the nerdy, and the downright unhinged corners of pop culture. And today we're back with one of our favorite experiments in television chaos, our special series we lovingly call Bingeworthy. If you're new here, here's how it works. We pick a TV show that we're curious about, we watch the first few episodes, and then we decide that all-important question, is this something you should marathon, shotgun, binge, immediately, or maybe you should quietly stroll past it while pretending that you'll maybe come back to it and you ghost it. But this week we're switching things up just because instead of just one show, we're tackling two animated fever dreams straight out of Adult Swim's beautifully broken brain. First up, Smiling Friends, the deceptively wholesome, deeply unhinged cartoon about a couple of cheerful weirdos whose job is to literally just make people smile. And somehow chaos, horror, and absurdity explode every single time they try. And then we have HaHa, You Clowns, a show that feels like it crawled out of a late-night sketch fever dream and immediately started yelling at you in bright colors and giving you a hug when you need it. It's weird, it's loud, it's fast, and it dares to keep you up. We'll be breaking down the first 3 episodes of each show, talking about the animation styles, the voice performances, the jokes that landed, the jokes that emotionally confused us, and ultimately whether each of these beautifully stupid, wonderful, surreal shows deserves a place on your binge list. So adjust your eyeballs, activate cartoon brain, and prepare for jokes that may or may not legally qualify as normal. Fucking darn. This is Bingeworthy. This is the First, the Last, the Nerdom, and today we're diving face first into the chaos. Oh, let me bring in Tom here. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Well,
Yeah,
petered out there.
well, hey. Well, we did have a Christmas song on there. We are doing is a Christmas movie this month. So we decided to spread the cheer with Bingeworthy as well. Even though I don't think we've had a Christmas episode for either series yet. But anyway, we're in the Christmas spirit. So gosh darn it, here we are. We are the first, the last, the Nerdom, and we have our own interwebs website. FirstLastNerdom.com. That again is FirstLastNerdom.com. Ask for it, buy a name.
Now.
Now. And we've got several different videos on there. You don't want to just skip over that. We just did our first in the series of Christmas movies. Day of the
Tom.
Beast. Hello. I just realized we didn't ask the all-important question that we posed. Is this a Christmas movie during our discussion of Day of the Beast? Yes, it's a Christmas movie. Anyway, so yeah, just kind of scroll through and see what you like. Now, if you're scared about going into the deep dark web, you can also find us on YouTube under First Last Nerdom. We're there. If you like us, maybe give us a subscribe. Like one of our videos. We've got several different. We go over all things sci-fi, horror, comedy, fantasy. We've done it all. So you probably
Absurd,
can find
bizarre.
Yeah. You might find another video that aligns with what you nerd out to. So we nerd out to a lot of different things between the two of us. So I think you'll find another connection with us here. Also, we're on social media. I'm on Reddit. I try to see which subreddit will delete my post next. That's the fun game. But if you're coming over from Reddit, hello. This post didn't get deleted, so you're here. Hello. I'm also on X under First Last Nerdom as well. You're seeing a trend here. If you refresh, you'll see my post on the our latest video. And yeah, I just post and promote our stuff there. If I find something in the nerd world that tickles my fancy, I might post about that. I should probably post a little bit more, maybe about current events. Since I'm way into physical media, I probably should post more about that. But that's beside the point. Mike, you have social media as well.
Yes, sir, I do. I am L, aka Mike, all good, at Sofa King Jewish _. You can find me there. You can also find me there also on YouTube at Sofa King Jewish. I don't share that out, but once in a while, I just kind of like a backup satellite thing for our main show when we go live. But you can find me there. Yeah, look for a list. I'm gonna try to come up with a 2026 top list to talk about, to bring to the table, maybe write a little bit about it, and then put it on our website, maybe do something fun with that, and then I'll drag Tom into it. And also look out for
Kicking and screaming.
yeah also check out all upcoming here in the week. At some point we'll release it, but also we'll plan to do a little mini segment so we can have maybe we've covered so many wonderful binge-worthy shows. It is very fun. We'll maybe call it like I don't know, binge-worthy extended segment or something like that. I don't know, like where me and Tom can get to talk about what else happened if we did, because some of these shows that we do go on to follow and watch, and some are just out there and they're just so much fun to have a conversation about, which is what we're doing right now. But we invite you there to do that. But yeah, so this one, and you had told me about these before. This is our Bingeworthy show here on that. And HaHa, you clowns! Like,
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of this one, but we had definitely talked about this one because the cool thing is, I know it's cool. Like if Tom talks about it, in the offing here or there. And Justin also does the same, then I know that I'm probably set up for success. And you picked an Adult Swim. God bless it. There's just so much wonderful stuff here. And we've certainly talked about our favorite shows on Adult Swim off camera, so to speak.
Yep. Yeah. And Rick and Morty's kind of growing stale, unfortunately. All things has its time. So Smiling Friends is sort of like taking that spot for me. And it's bite size, fun size, so to speak, if you're talking in candy terms. But yeah, each episode's only about 11, 12 minutes. And I've seen all 3 seasons. I'm caught up. I think a new episode comes out today, which is Sunday when we record. So I haven't seen that one.
Right.
If it's already uploaded yet. But outside that, I'm up to date. So I did go back and rewatch the first. I think I've watched the first 5 episodes again, just because I was just having so much fun. Because we don't really just do the first 3 or however many we get to. And so how far did you get, Mike? Because these are easy to just to binge. I mean, that's the answer to the question. Yes, it is binge worthy.
I was good through most of 4 and part of 5. And then I got a little bit further in the HaHa, you were clowns thing for whatever reason. I just kind of it just kind of happens like that. But not to say, I will also say that let me go back up to it. I have also seen Smiling Friends through like random, just kind of fall into it, but I never went back until this week and like actually serially watch them, like all through a row, because I've seen a couple like different this and that, and I'll just watch it like if I have a fun night and I'll just land on. I've had more luck just landing on a random one, than that. Or sometimes I will go back and if I am in the mood for Rick and Morty, you brought it up. I'll go back to the last few seasons that like I kind of checked the box and watched it, but like maybe I didn't pay too much attention, and I'll try to like find the best ones from there, and then relive the goodness. I'm not, and if you like Rick and Morty out there, season 8 or whatever, God bless you. I gotta go back and like rewatch and watch. Like it kind of fell off after the first. Anyway, what we're talking about here is Smiling Friends and HaHa. you clowns. Very obscure, 100% on point Adult Swim material. And I love it.
And both series, the creators of them have ties to YouTube. They started out on YouTube. But yeah, Smiling Friends, created by Mike Cusack and Zach Hadel. If I mispronounced your last names, I'm sorry. But yeah, they're steeped in steeped into YouTube lore, and in fact, a lot of their guest uh, guest actors in it, voice actors in it, are from the internet. With the very first episode, you have the elderly, depressed looking man named Desmond, uh, voiced by Mike Stokalasa. Again, I apologize if I mispronounced your name, but Mike from Red Letter Media are one of our favorite YouTube channels. He's I recognized his voice immediately when it was playing, and yeah, that was
is why he sounded so fucking okay. All right. Okay. Now, okay. I didn't. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, and yeah, and the other ones, Rich Evans and Jay Bauman voiced some characters in season 2. You also have Chills, who does the has a creepy channel where he talks about creepy stuff. He's in, I think, episode 2, but you know, he's famous for his numbered creepy shows, like number 9 flip salad. But yeah, he's a patron in the a cafe, saying his number 15 special, so that's a kind of a nod to him. Joel Haver, who has a wonderful YouTube channel, and he does his own animation there. He's in an episode of season 2, and also the first season came out in the 2000s, if you remember. That was right around COVID and everything. And one of the big things that happened during that time, they were going to get Chris Chan, if you know Lol Cow or Horror Cow or whatever cow, deep YouTube lore that you probably shouldn't know. They were going to get him to voice a character, and they were just about ready, and then the thing with his mother happened in the 2000s, and luckily that happened before they had him voice it. And yeah, I mean, luckily it's bad that it happened to begin with, but
Right.
luckily they kind of stepped out of that. But they got a character to a person that sounded that could do a Christian voice and did it that way. So I think that was better for all around. But yeah, just to I know I've went off on a tangent, but just to say that they have much love for the underground community of YouTube, and yeah, there's just a lot of fun stuff. This show, the basic premise is it's they're in charge of Happy Friends, and it's basically a company where if you're down, you could hire them to make you feel good,
Right.
to bring back the happy in your life. It's just kind of a loose loose basis, so that they could just do some crazy ass stuff, and you gotta love them for it. The main characters is Pim and Charlie. They have that crazy boss of theirs, and then the other 2 characters that work there, I forget their names off the bat, but yeah. Who's your favorite, Pim or Charlie?
I like how you know, at first I kind of had a natural gravitation toward Pim, just because he's kind of like this soft New Zealandness, his accent. You know, I'm just kind of making it up. You know, kind of as kind of a way about him, and then you know, like he just has a really a natural kind of like friendly demeanor, I guess. And then you know, when you get to know the other one, you kind of like, oh, I kind of like him, and it's like it's kind of and then the interplay and the jokes start happening, and I love it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, and I love how they stay just the like, hey Pim, man, you got to get your eyes checked, dude. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on, but like, you weren't eating beans, you were gonna eat worms, you know, which kind of becomes this sub little joke in and of itself. And the first, you know, when your first or second, the second one, but anyway,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's the
Both
second one.
Pim and Charlie have their their definite pluses. Yeah, you naturally gravitate towards Pim because his over optimistic personality, and yeah,
No,
and his
right.
accent. But Charlie kind of creeps up on you, and you you end up loving them both. You also have the other coworkers is Alan Reed. He's the thin red guy, and then Glep, which is the small green character with a wizard hat, a purple hat, and then the boss is just named Mr. Boss. I didn't realize that, but yeah, Mr. Boss. A lot of times he'll quote things that are very meme worthy from various things, either uh, classic YouTube videos or from movies. But yeah, a lot of his speeches or his one-to-ones with different characters are kind of based off of or taken straight from different quotes, which is that's the fun thing about this show is that there's a lot of references built into it that if you know, you know, but even if you don't know, it's still just funny. A lot of times the references are only funny in the I see what you're doing, doing, oh, I know that but this in this show they're all kind of baked in, and they don't stand out. They're just funny because it's funny. It's the performances that the voice acting performances, the animation that makes it funny. It's just funny because it is funny.
Right.
The show, there's
Sorry, I just can't. I'm not playing the sound of it so we don't get copyrighted, and I'm playing them in spurts. But like, you just kind of have to see it to like get it, and you seeing it is only half of it. Listening to it, the acting they do that. I've really noticed the level of quality for the voice acting. They really know how to dial it in, and you're talking about an Adult Swim fan from like the way beginning times.
Yeah.
Like, I think you were before I was, but
back in the
nevertheless,
olden days, yeah.
but it's still a great place to find great content, and this is one of those. Like, this is like this.
Yeah, the sort of scattershot, sort of esoteric, sort of bizarre, sort of it's it's just funny because it's weird sort of vibe thing going. That whole sort of crazy humor that the internet is obsessed with the younger generation. It's all kind of baked into and started from Adult Swim. They've kind of gotten that sort of humor. And in fact, there's some people, much like one of my brother-in-laws, that seems to be all he watches is Adult Swim and this type of humor, which hey, that works. If it's enjoyable, it's enjoyable. But yeah, it's one of those. It's highly entertaining, and much like say like the best of Rick and Morty, it just it takes its premise and then it doesn't take it super seriously so that they can explore all sorts of craziness and go to as far as they want with it without any hindrances of keeping a plot point or character point. All these are true to the characters, but yeah, it's loose enough to where you could just kind of go all over the place and cover all sorts of craziness, including the animation. They have fun with doing various types of animation. They've done stop motion, they've done live action, they've done all sorts of different techniques to video and animations that's available, and it's all in honor of what they're trying to do here.
Right. I will say, of the two, and I just had to show a little bit of that, but like of the two, like, I probably would naturally gravitate toward this one, just because I think it's more my my speed. I echo what your sensibilities there for Rick and Morty, for it being kind of getting your fix of just the absurd that stands on its own and is beautifully a mirror reflective of the internet, cracking the good old 7-Up.
7-Up tropical, sugar free. It's good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. To that, I'll drink to that, but boring old man juice, like on a Sunday night, like.
Yep.
Yeah. Desmond's big day. Anyway, it was really, really good. Like,
yes.
So this and really, when you say short, they're about 11, 12 minutes, if that. They're not even 15 minutes. Like they're,
like I said, they're bite sized if you're talking candy.
you're you're in and out. So
Yep.
3 of them, and then you've essentially watched one of like something bigger.
In an hour you've seen 5 episodes. So it's very easy. And they say that a whole season's worth of Smiling Friends is the cost equivalent of one episode of Family Guy. So what it takes to pay for one episode of Family Guy, you could do all season of Smiling Friends.
Gosh.
So it's cost effective and gosh darn it.
Gosh, Tom, this is just like that one time that happened to me, and then I do the flashback on Peter Griffin. Anyway, sorry.
Well, so definitely check out Smiling Friends. If you're watching, you probably already have checked it out. But if you haven't, if you're just watching it because you like watching us, this is a big thumbs up, big binge worthy. Even if you've seen it already, like I said, I was just gonna tackle the first 3 episodes again. And I ended up watching more just because like I said, it's definitely binge worthy. Of the first few episodes, which was your favorite?
Absolutely. Great. Sorry, go ahead.
I was asking you, which was your favorite of the first few episodes?
Probably the third one. I really liked, I did like the what was it? I was just playing it. The
Desmond's Big Day Out.
Yeah, Smiling Friends. Shrimps. This wasn't it. This was like, I don't know why this is not Shrimp's Odyssey, but I guess my titles are all fucking jacked up. You know what? I did like the shrimp. The shrimp. I did enjoy that one. I really enjoyed that one. Like it was like so soul. It was so soul crushing. This isn't, of course, the one that I want to. Well, whatever. I'll go to the one that I'm talking about here. Sorry, the Mr. Frog, not that one. God damn it. The shrimp. Excuse me, Shrimp's Odyssey. Good grief! I love this one because it was so extra soul crushing. Because of the date or the whatever, and then like for a second there, Pim was just like on a. I'm kind of spoiling it a little bit, but whatever. But and it's kind of like it just crushes his dreams, and he's like, oh, I guess I'll do the right thing. It's like, bro, you were so close. What the fuck? But it goes into that dread that is just part of the show of like this is life. But
absolutely.
So they like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, like they were nominally detectives, they didn't really lean into that. They kind of played with it a little bit, but like this one, you actually kind of take at face value that they're doing their job. So like it's even more surreal. Anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think my favorite is the 4th episode, A Silly Halloween Special.
Okay.
That's
there was the Dark Bridge thing.
Yeah, with and Mr. Boss dressed up as Charlie Brown. Just kind of disturbing in and of itself.
It's reminiscent, and they don't hide it. Some of this stuff is kind of like on the head, like it's kind of like a scrotum knuckle, or just kind of like that almost Ren and Stimpy, kind of veiny kind of homage to it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
I think we're moving on to our HaHa, you clowns. Of course, our clown is Art the Clown. He's our mascot for the channel. But so these clowns are the dad and the boys. We find out in the first episode that their mother's recently passed away, and they're trying to make it. This is a
widowed father who's a meteorologist. Yeah.
Yeah. So
dad, that's dad.
With the Adult Swim, you kind of look to sort of like things to be off center and kind of weird and crazy, and the animation is definitely kind of offset, kind of odd, kind of crazy, but. This is more of a warm-hearted show about a father and his sons. You've got Tom Campbell as the dad, and then the kids, Tristan, Preston, and Duncan. The boys, they lovingly have a little bit of a speech impediment that it's kind of addicting. I kind of like listening to it. There's a person that I know in real life that has a similar speech impediment that I think of him whenever I see the show, and it just brings a smile to my face. This show is just an enjoyable show to watch. Just to see their genuine love for each other, and now they do get up to some shenanigans that can be a little off-putting, but but for the most part, it's just a refreshingly kind of nice show.
It's almost like it invokes the 80s kind of sitcom, like kind of
Yeah.
like the feel good kind of thing. And that I was honestly probably the first good 2 episodes, and I think I went to 5. I went further than the other one. Anyway, the way that they come off as, like, I was kind of waiting for the absurd, of the whole, like, the joke or the ridiculous bonkers
to get to the next level. Yeah, the crazy crazy bonkers level. Yeah.
And that's not the storyline. That storyline is localized to this family, to the sons, to Preston particularly. They spend a lot of time. He's the firstborn. He's the oldest brother. It's very interesting.
And I think Duncan's the youngest, isn't he?
And they constantly have, and I've got damned if it doesn't get you once in a while. Like it gets you there. Like
pulls you. Yeah.
it pulls you in. Like it does it very well, but it does it with this just kind of unique. You just kind of gotta see it. So I'll play a few seconds of it here while we talk. But to kind of see it, like to see, but. They definitely I don't know did it not strongly remind you a little bit of home what was that, Home Improvement with Tim the Toolman Taylor and his sons? Did it not remind you a little bit of that?
Well, yeah, in fact, Joe Cappa is the creator of the show, and one of the early things he did was a Home Improvement parody, which I guess this is what's kind of inspired. And in fact, when I was watching the show, I thought maybe Tim Allen voiced Tom Campbell, because he sounds an awful lot like the dad in the show, and but it's actually Joe Cappa doing the voice for both the dad and the 3 sons. So he does all the voices of the main characters, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it just kind of gives you, like you said, that kind of 80s kind of comedy feel to it, and the animation is right on the border of being horrific. It's it kind of creeps you out, but it doesn't go all the way. So the fact that they are such endearing characters and are a bit lovable, it kind of forces you to love it and to accept the animation. And in fact, I think Joe Cappa, his instructions for the animators is that you're what was it? Kappa wants the animation style to seem crude and instructs new animators to draw the show as if it's like a live action, as if a live action director was given an animated show and they don't know how to draw that well, and they have to somehow execute their idea. so he wants that kind of rough around the edges animation. And that just kind of works for it. Joe Cappa does have his own channel. I gave you some links to some of his work as well. Yes. He does do animation, but he also does this weird thing with these heads, which kind of it might be copyrighted, so you might not want to play it, but the heads are very reminiscent of his animation as well.
I'm starting to sense a kind of a theme a little bit for certain stylized art, like just to kind of go back to like the animation a little bit, but when they walk, like they don't really bend their knees, they just shuffle float.
Exactly.
It's just, and the fingernails too, also they're all white. Like at first it's like, no, that's just like the peach in their style or whatever, the whatever fingernail color.
Yeah, and then this one, which is a kind of a parody of Teletubbies. I think this went viral on TikTok. So if you're big on TikTok, you might have seen this before. The Gabba Gabba goblins. It's those paper mache heads, maybe. But yeah, it's just he has this kind of definite aesthetic. And then he did also a video for a band. And this one's just, I think this is the very first thing I saw of Joe Cappa's. and I was just horrified, entranced, and sort of aghast at what's happening.
Right.
This is it's funny, it's horrific, it's just bizarre, and I think that's his style.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
So,
Awesome. This is
so
totally oh God, Adult Swim.
so if haha, you clowns
Awesome.
kind of tempted your appetite, definitely check out Joe Kappa's YouTube channel. It's just called that, Joe Kappa. So definitely check that out. I'm sure Mike will put the links on the video for his channel, but yeah, just
Right.
definitely check it out. He definitely has and then this is all kind of live actiony sort of stuff, but he does have a lot of animation that's like haha, you clowns.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. It's great.
yeah,
Yeah, it's 11 minutes of Joe Kappa talking to himself,
absolutely.
which will surprisingly have you spellbound in its own right. It's
Yeah.
just it's
Yeah, it
lovely.
will definitely grow on you. Yeah, you're almost like when you start watching it, you're kind of taken aback a little bit by the animation, and you're like Mike said, you're expecting for the other shoe to drop, where the weirdness, like maybe
Right.
the face start melting or something, but
Yeah, just
yeah,
something
just
weird.
something
Yeah.
bizarre to happen, and it's just sort of a fun loving family that's just trying to get by and find their happiness and the bright side of life.
Yeah.
Even when adversity hits them, they find a way to pull together and make it through.
It so much is like that 80s, sitcom, family sitcom, like, oh, gee, whiz, even 90s,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
where, grow plot happens and then, something zany happens, like in the terms of those kind of things. But it does it doesn't shy away from being heartwarming. And of the three, I'll return the favor. What was your favorite
Oh geez,
episode?
to quote them, to quote
Oh,
Preston,
geez, Rick.
uh,
Oh,
um,
geez.
I don't know. Let's see. Actually, it's got to be Bomber Jacket. Bomber
Bomber
Jacket.
jacket. Yeah, I could see that. I really like that. I enjoyed that one. The viral like got to me. It's just cute, like
Right, right.
there are very cute, poignant. It is very good at hitting that poignant moment. Surprisingly
But
well.
he really likes his Bomber Jacket. The
Yeah,
Bomber Jacket, really
the
good.
bomber jacket. Yeah, right. That's right, Preston. As Pim would say, that's right, Mister Preston.
Yeah, and Joe Kappa stated that he was inspired by Mike Judge, and then I think with Smiling Friends, they said that they were inspired by South Park and Seinfeld. Just
That's awesome.
kind of, and the series, yeah. So the series was based on an animated short he made. This is Joe Kappa in 2022 called Halloween Ep. That's a parody of the sitcom Home Improvement. In it, Kappa voiced Tim Allen and the actors who played his three sons on the show, with all of them adoring him despite Tim's behaving awfully. When adapting the short to web series, Kappa made the father and the sons all original characters with different personalities from his Home Improvement video. He created the show as a riff on the wholesome family programming like Seventh Heaven,
Yep.
and the 1992 Mormon film, The Buttercream Gang. So yeah,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
yeah, it definitely has those hallmarks to it,
It,
and yeah.
it absolutely has satire. It is. It is definitely that.
Yeah, and he said the family was based off of him and his brothers, and in fact, when he got hired on Adult Swim to do the show, he didn't know any writers, and so he called his brother, and his brother co-writes the episodes with them. So it's very much a family affair as well.
Yeah, but binge it for sure. It is a binge-worthy
Yep, his
show. And
brother's Dave Kappa.
yeah, and this is kind of a joke in and of itself, but I think you'll get it, Tom. But buy it on Blu-ray if they ever make one.
Yeah, I think the first season of Smiling Friends is out on physical media, but I think that's it as far as these two shows.
Yeah,
But
that'll in all
Mhm.
seriousness, it'll have to hit, a couple more seasons before they would cut physical media.
yeah, a lot of times with HBO, which I think owns. Although I think Warner Brothers owns both HBO and Adult Swim. They usually wait to, and then now Netflix owns it. But hey, it's all fun. Those giant corporations owning everything. But yeah, a lot of times they wait till the next season. The next season premieres before they do a physical release of a season. But that may change with Netflix. They're not much into physical media, so we'll see. The future is uncertain. All we know is now. So,
Right.
if you like physical media, get out and get it. It's not going to be always on the shelf. But yeah. But no, I enjoyed both series. Like you said, I probably Smiling Friends probably edges it out a little bit. But you can't go wrong with HaHa, you clowns as well. So I wanted to do a combination of these two just because they're so bite sized. I felt like because HaHa, you clowns is only 11 to 12 minutes as well, so very easy to kind of mix them up. It's actually perfect. I save them for when I'm working, and I have my 15-minute break. They're perfect for a 15-minute break. You watch it and you have a smile on your face, and you go back to work with a big smile on your face and in good spirits. That's my recommendation. Or you can sit down and binge watch all of them at once. That's equally good option as well. And so I think our answer to the question this week, binge-worthy, yes, to both.
Absolutely. Yep. No, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, we spent some good time. These are literally these are the new future. That this is how shows are going to be. Like no more 22-minute ones, or that's too long. Can't go that. But I'm just kidding. But no, it works very well. They tell a tight story, and they hit the poignant moments. Like with that, I agree with you. Smiling Friends is a little bit more what I want when I reach for Adult Swim, but HaHa, you clowns is also equally it has its place on Adult Swim too.
Yep. And talking of clowns,
yeah, I echo your trepidation about what the Netflix thing. Maybe we'll talk about that in another thing. But in any case, it's out there and you should go check them out. And but I've been ML.
Yep. And if it's the first time you're watching us, maybe subscribe if you'd like the show, and then give us a thumbs up. Tell us what your favorite Adult Swim show is, present, past, whatever, all-time favorite of Adult Swim. Even go back to Space Ghost Coast to Coast. That was a good one. But yeah, just and keep watching that funny stuff out there.